Hey guys, Gomu here with another review. This time it is chapter 703. I really like the way they started out this chapter. They have Luffy and Franky in the alleyway where they left it last time, and they're talking to the guy that got beat up by the blind swordsman, and they're interrogating him for information. And what they find is, first of all, it's really nice to find that there's a confirmation that only one devil fruit of a kind can exist, like excluding Sad and the fake devil fruits, that only one can exist at a time, and that when somebody does die, their devil fruit is brought back into the world. It might be through means of the closest fruit, like we saw a glimpse of at Punk Hazard when Caesar left the bag of apples, when Smiley, when he killed all Smiley to create the gas. So I don't know the whole process behind that, but that will probably be revealed to us eventually. So that was nice to know. And two, he gives us more information on the Colosseum, and they take off. And it was interesting after. Well, first off, I thought it was really cool. Franky had several cool moments. He's been really cool lately. Like he's like, oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to take this responsibility, which is really good because we haven't seen much from Franky in a long time. And he goes, and he's been doing all this interrogating. Luffy's just shown up, and Luffy really wants this fruit. But what I thought was cool is he was thinking about what to do once he gets the fruit. He's like, Franky, will you eat the fruit? And even though that's a simple question, that just shows how much trust Luffy really has for Franky, even though we haven't seen much of their relationship up to this point. And he says, no, I'd rather like to swim, which I like. And I totally agree with Code Provider in saying that I don't think any of the Straw Hats are going to get the Mera no me. That wouldn't make sense. It will definitely involve them in ways, and like they might have like an inner conflict on whether to eat it or not. But I don't see any of them right now. Probably Kobe is the one I see eating it the most at this point. And so they take off. The dude they left on the street is like, "Oh, I wouldn't throw your lives away if I were you. You know, you don't know what you're getting into." So obviously the Colosseum is more intense than we thought it might be. And then cut to Sanji and Zoro, and they're still looking for Zoro's sword, which was stolen by a fairy, supposedly, by that crazy waiter toy told him about that. But he says it's a common person. We have yet to catch a good glimpse of them, so we'll find out. But Sanji, on the way, he gets distracted by this place. I can't remember what it says in Spanish, but it looks like it could be like a ballroom or a dancing hall or something like that in Spanish. And they have like the little Spanish guitarist doing this thing, and then like a woman doing her dancing, and she's going all crazy, and the whole crowd's like, "Whoa, she's beautiful, she's passionate. I've never seen anything like it." You know, Sanji can't resist. This is his stuff, and so we see the weaknesses of the other members of the monster trio, Sanji and Zoro. They get caught up in them. Because once Sanji gets caught up in this woman in this environment, Zoro gets lost and he has no sense of direction. So that's going to play into part for sure. So they're both caught up in their own situations. And then Sanji makes eye contact with this chick, Violet, and I totally called it a couple weeks ago when I said I think they spend a little more time on the passionate woman stabbing men thing when they first introduced Dressrosa than if they were just to describe the setting. Like I think it had more relevance, and it did. And we have Violet, and she comes to Sanji for help, and since she's a beautiful woman, he can't say no. But she stabbed a man, and she's running away from the cops. So she's asking for his help, and she also wants him to kill another man. We will find out how that goes, and he can't say no. We know Sanji. He cannot say no to a woman in help. And I don't know. She was being all weird. She's like, "Oh, you can't do this. You'll also fall in love with me," and that's obviously driving Sanji even crazier. So he's pretty much not gonna be part of the main story going on unless that leads to it. But my only concern is that somehow Sanji will upset Violet and she will stab him. I can see that happening. Or who knows? That's just a very likely possibility. Like, say Nami or Robin show up in the picture, and he's like, "Oh, Nami Swan, Robin Swan," and then Violet's like, "Oh, jealousy, stabs Sanji." It's very possible. Cut to Luffy and Franky, and they're at the Colosseum. It's really big. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was in the last panel I saw it, the Corda Coliseum. And we see this toy soldier, and he's running away. He does this jet walk, which is similar to Sanji's thing, and he just like blazes away super fast, even with only one leg. Uh, like a nutcracker wooden soldier almost. And he explained to us this interesting rule of the Colosseum, where once you're inside the Colosseum, only Doflamingo's laws apply. Not the government, not the Marines, not even the island government of Dressrosa. Just the Colosseum rules in Doflamingo, and probably Diamante has something to do with it. But that was interesting. So that way, Marines can participate without causing like legal problems, which means we could see Kobe, which would make sense because I think he will get the Mera Mera no Mi. And this toy, after the guards leave, he comes down. I'm not even sure why, but he comes down and he sees Luffy and Franky, and he mistakes him for an old man. He's like, "Oh hey, can I help you with your baggage, old man?" And he's like, "Wait, what the heck? He's being all nice now. He was being mean a second ago." And I think the only way that this might have relevance to the story is maybe somehow this toy is connected to the blind swordsman. He's him being an old man, blind, might need help at times, and so that might make another cool connection with Luffy and the blind swordsman. So if this swordsman is Fujitora, not only will Luffy have helped him out with his money and the betting, but he might be mutual friends through this toy, which will make an interesting clash for Fujitora. Because, all the other admirals so far, Aokiji had a little bit of internal conflict, and he let them go. He was solid about that. But other than that, Kizaru, he's been relentless, a little bit lazy, but he just went non-stop at it, almost killed Zoro, took out several novas, and Akainu. Obviously, just, strict justice, won't let anything go. But now, if this is Fujitora, we'll have an interesting relationship with Luffy, more so than bad guy, good guy, which is really good and different than the typical admiral that we had so far. But it might not even be Fujitora. And Luffy signs up for the Colosseum, and he almost gives away his name. He says Lu, so they they don't show it, but they end up putting him down as Lucy, which I don't know if that's a crack at fairy tale, which would be funny, or just funny in general. It is really funny. I think so. And he's got the number 556 contestants. So there's a lot of contestants. And he walks into the room and there's a ton of people. And he's like, Lucy. And everyone's like, whoa, who's this weak guy? Oh, what are we going to do about him? Like, he doesn't belong here. Kick him out, somebody. And then the Spartan guy, apparently this, maybe not champion, but he's been doing really well lately. He's a strong dude. He shows up. He's like, "Hey, I can't stand people like you." And like all these other guys are like, hold him back, hold me back, bro." And he's coming up. He's like, "Okay, well you need to leave because you don't belong here at all." And he's like going to punch, and he's just like, "Oh, observation hockey." Grabs his arm and makes a hole the same size that the Fujitora or the blind swordsman guy did just by picking up the dude and throwing him. And he's supposed to be this stud, and so everyone's just like, "Whoa, old man or fake beard dude, what is going on?" And he's like, "Nice to meet you." Typical Luffy. Love it, love it. So I was surprised by one thing though. I thought that more than just Luffy would go into the Colosseum. It seemed like it's going to be more of a central thing, like especially because it showed five of Doflamingo's crew. I was thinking it was going to be Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Franky, and Kinemon. Like like maybe like a team thing, or just to make it interesting or more fights. But they said registration almost closed or was closing. They said he was the last entry. So Luffy's the only one in the Colosseum right now to get Ace's fruit. Obviously, he's the strongest, but I thought we might have more participation out of the Straw Hats. So we'll see. We have yet to get any updates from Nami, Chopper, and um, Momo back on the ship. We don't know what's going on there. And then Law, Robin, Usopp, and Caesar going to do the Caesar drop off. We're not sure how that's going. And I want to know where Doflamingo is right now and what he's doing, because he's going to be taking a big part in the Colosseum for sure. But he also has to go and get Caesar. And if that's going to correlate at all, if that's going to mix, if he's going to run into Sanji and Zoro and the various, as they're going around town looking for the sword, helping the woman kill a man, we will see. I'll do another video soon talking about my predictions and hopes for the Corda Coliseum tournament that Luffy has entered. Alright, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you liked, what you disliked. Really helps me out. Peace out.